Learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube. It helps them to learn how to follow processes, how to think about what's coming next, and just in general to learn how to critical think while having fun. So the camp is really designed to help students to problem solve and do that in teams with their peers through using their hands and learning things like puzzles and manipulatives.
My favorite part of this camp is like doing the different activities that we do in the morning. It's like strengthen my skills, like my basic skills of math. I like building with Connects and doing this Jeopardy game that we do in class. I want to come back again.
So thank you everybody, you guys did a great job. So pick up.
Brookdale Mathematical Puzzle Summer Camp got accepted at the American Mathematical Association of Two-Year Colleges conference, which will going to take place in November in San Diego, California. And we are going to present everything about the summer camp and help other instructors starting the same activities to promote mathematics to young students.
I'm doing the math camp at Brookdale. Well, I did it last year and it was really fun, so I decided to come back. I think it's good for learning in the summer because something called the summer slide, it can make you lose your math skills, and this helps.
Usually they think about math as something that being, worksheets and boring, and we want to show them the opposite side, the playful side, the beauty of mathematics.
With paper student education plans, advisors sit down with students, discuss what courses to take, when they'll transfer to a four-year institution or graduate, and map out a course plan that aligns with their program. But as time goes on, schedules move around. The planning shifts. Students want to take a class with a certain professor. The course catalog changes, and a class that would have been an elective requirement may no longer be offered. Moving this planning online allows the student and the advisor to be on the same page with course information, scheduling, and the student's educational goals. They can see a timeline of courses and easily make changes as needed. Colleague Student Planning is an online tool that makes the academic program planning process easier for your students and their advisors by allowing course planning, course registration, and tracking of progress toward academic program completion, all in real time.
It's that time of the semester when students are cramming for finals, but don't freak out because it's also Anti-Stress Week here at Brookdale. One event going on for Anti-Stress Week is happening right here at the Bankier Library, where students can pet some therapy dogs that are trained to help you relax and de-stress. They can take a break from all the chaos to drink some coffee, breathe, and just have some fun. You don't want to miss out. Let's go check it out.
I'm Steve Chudnick, director of the Bankier Library, and this is something we have during finals time every semester. It gives students to come in, just a chance to forget about their studies for a few minutes, pet some dogs, have a little coffee, a little bit of water, just relax for a little bit. And who doesn't love dogs? It's just crazy. I've never seen as good a program as this for students. They just love it.
I brought back all those names. I'm Carol Plato, and I'm Molly's mom. I'm also her personal driver. We have a little limo outside for her. And this, I believe, is our 4th year here. She started when she was a year. She was trained, and she loves coming. She loves the students, too, because they're so nice.
You say something. It's kind of the one thing I look forward to.
I think they really have to be smart and love people and want to do this, and she does. We enjoy doing it and love coming to Brookdale.
This is my first year at Brookdale, and when I heard about this event, I immediately wanted to go because I love dogs, and I also have a golden retriever, and I ran over to this dog, and she's adorable, and I feel really happy right now, and it's a really great event for Anti-Stress Week.
I'm a second-year student at Brookdale Community College, and when I saw this on the student website, I thought, I love dogs. You know, it's very stressful this time of year since exams are coming up and everyone's trying to pressure to get the best grade they possibly can. And just seeing like these adorable animals that it just brings the stress level way down, and it's something I'm glad to be a part of.
I've never been this happy in my entire life.
I feel great, and I love dogs too, but I'm so sad that I'm allergic. But it's so good to see everyone happy because of them. So I can feel the good vibes, and I can feel the good aura that people are getting from these wonderful dogs.
There are so many events for students to take part in during Brookdale's Anti-Stress Week. You can receive free massages and meditation bowls at the SLC, as well as partake in a stress management workshop. Check out a free screening of The Secret Life of Pets, or join in a virtual gaming experience and oxygen bar. Last but not least, students can come together for a snack and study session at the library. You don't want to miss out on all the fun. Please visit our website at brookdalecc.edu to find more information. I'm Sophia Parola with Brookdale Television. Thanks for watching.
How you doing? I'm Makai Morgan from Piscataway, New Jersey. I play point guard here at Brookdale Community College. Here I study health sciences. So when I transfer, I would like to become an athletic trainer and study more on that part. And that's the reason why I came to Brookdale, because not only is it a good basketball school, but it's a great academic school also.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Calhoun. I am from Lakewood, New Jersey. I went to Brook Memorial High School. My position on the team is I am a forward. The reason why I chose Brookdale because they have an elite basketball program, and I feel as if I can help push that program over the top. My major here at Brookdale is education. And my goals for this year is become a national champion and repeat.
Hi, my name is Teray Merritt from Newark, New Jersey. I went to Newark Tech High School. I play guard forward. And I chose to come to Brookdale to pursue my business major and to get a 4-year scholarship.
Hello, we are here today in Wall Township, home to Brookdale's new 37,000 square foot classroom building, where college officials, dignitaries, and current Brookdale nursing students gather for the official ribbon cutting ceremony.
This is the day that we've been waiting for 17 years. This is the grand opening that we have planned for, and so today is just so super magnificent.
Wall campus actually has been here for a long time. It's been back since about 2001. The campus was originally built here, but we have this beautiful, gorgeous new building behind me, this 37,000 square foot. It is a state-of-the-art facility where we have increased the number of access to laboratories for our STEM education, also for healthcare education.
With Brookdale and these modern campuses and this edifice of 37,000 square feet, it is really a big, big plus to move Monmouth County along further on the 21st century.
Wall is offering simulation. It's going to be a lot more in depth and I think in detail, so I think it would be better for us as students. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a great program. And again, I'm excited just to be at the Wall campus.
Brookdale at Wall provides a full array of Brookdale services and course offerings, plus access to baccalaureate and master degree courses through our partner, New Jersey City University. For more information, please visit us at brookdalecc.edu.
The Brookdale Foundation 38th Annual Education Open Golf Outing was held today at Eagle Oaks Golf and Country Club in Farmingdale. We had a spectacular day, a sellout crowd. We had our scholarship students here to thank our donors, to conduct the putting contest on the first tee. We had team prizes, we had individual prizes, we had a live auction, a silent auction, and we raised a lot of money for scholarships for our Brookdale students.
I'm here to support Brookdale Community College and all that it stands for in helping the scholarship opportunities for young children who don't normally have an opportunity, of all different backgrounds and shapes and sizes and colors. It's a very, very fulfilling feeling for me, and I'm glad to be here to support it financially and spiritually.
We had a student here with us tonight whose family was severely impacted by Hurricane Sandy 5 years ago, and they're still struggling to get back on their feet.
The scholarships helped relieve a tremendous amount of pressure, mainly on my parents. Every cent that they make currently and every bit of free time that they have goes towards trying to fix our home. So the idea of them having to pay for me, first of all, makes me feel very guilty because they're already working so hard. This semester particularly, we weren't really sure how we were going to pay for it. And there was a lot of debate as to whether I should take the semester off or I should continue. And that's when I emailed the Brookdale Foundation, and they gave me the application, and the money paid for my tuition and for my books, and they gave me extra money for living expenses, and I can't even express how much it's helped and how much pressure it's taken off of my parents, because every cent that I'm able to keep them from spending on me is a cent that goes towards fixing our home.
We're glad to support students who are dedicated to their studies. This student has a 3.9 GPA.
And I would like to thank all of those who donated and contributed to the scholarships. This, in many cases, is a life-changing experience for students to be able to have a financial contribution that's going to help them to complete and become successful. Thank you.
They come to Brookdale with a passion for healthcare, cybersecurity, fashion merchandising. They graduate and transfer to universities like Georgetown, NJIT, and the Fashion Institute of Technology. They begin their careers as registered nurses, security engineers, and fashion designers. This is what success looks like. And here is where it all starts. This is Brookdale, college redefined, success reimagined. Take your next step at brookdalecc.edu.
If you're looking to have fun and If you're looking to have fun and meet some people with the same interests as you came to the right place. Here at Brookdale, we have the Involvement Fair, where over 30 different clubs and activities are showing students what they're all about and trying to recruit new members. If you like math, poetry, writing, theater, odds are you find the group that's right for you. Let's go check it out.
My name is Justice Lawless, and I'm here looking at all the clubs. So far, I saw the Outdoor Sports Club, the Student Life Board, and the Education Club.
And my name is Isaiah Brinson, and I am the treasurer for the Architecture Society. Our goal is to try to bring in the incoming students who are interested in architecture, get them accustomed, pair them up with a second year so they understand and so they know, like sort of like a guide or a mentor to help them out during their first year.
My name is Bailey. I'm the president of Theater Club. What we do every week is we do a lot of improvisational games. And there's no experience necessary, no participation necessary. If you just want to come and have fun, then that's kind of what we're here for. This semester, we've also made it a point to kind of switch things up a bit. So we have like a t-shirt day, we're celebrating Halloween and Thanksgiving, and we have a partnership with Alliance. So we have a date where we're going to collaborate.
I'm really interested in performing arts, so I was looking at like theater club and a cappella, but I've seen clubs that have to do with like anime, and there's like all different types for literally every interest.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. Well, guys, I think I found the club that's right for me. To learn more, visit our website at brookdalecc.edu. I'm Sophia Pearl with Brookdale Television. Thanks for watching. Oh, na, na, na. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
8 Brookdale students and 2 faculty leaders experienced short-term study abroad courses in statistics and environmental science in Bermuda. They studied alongside a team of researchers and scientists at BIOS, the Bermuda Institute of Ocean Sciences facility in Ferry Reach, Bermuda. During an informal adventure sharing session, many of the returning study abroad participants discussed their experiences and shared the lessons they had learned during this visit.
It's so different from looking at a piece of paper and memorizing definitions.
And welcome back inside the Robert G. Collins Arena for game number 2 tonight as the Brookdale Jersey Blues women's basketball team gets ready to take on the Ocean County College Vikings. With Brian Goudsworth, I'm Tim Kettle-Famo getting ready to call this matchup. Brookdale, the 5th-ranked team in the nation on the women's basketball side for NJCAA, looking to try to continue the hot streak that they have been on, whereas Ocean is looking for some answers, Brian.
Yeah, well, Brookdale, I mean, they haven't missed a beat this season. They lost one game, they got right back up, won their next 2 games, 15-1 overall, as you mentioned, the number 5 team in the country. You really just can't say enough good things about them. The one thing they're up against, like the men's team, some issues with the roster and therefore some key players perhaps not available for tonight.
We'll talk about those inactives in just a second, but as we talked about, Brookdale certainly has been on a hot streak lately. They've really played incredibly well. They're coming off of a big win just a few days ago against the County College of Morris, a Division II team, where they won 74-67. They really played very well in that game. Overall on the season, they are 15-1 and undefeated in Region 19 play. They're the starting 5 for the Jersey Blues, with the exception of Camry Brown, who will not be starting tonight. It'll be Rachel Rouse, Daniel Griffith, Dion Griffith, Anna Catanzaro, along with Haley DeLonzo. So it'll be the 2 Griffith sisters who will fill in for Camry Brown, who is one of the inactive players this evening for the Jersey Blues. Also, an interesting developing storyline as we now take a look at the Ocean County Vikings. Their starting 5, as it pops up on your screen right now. Jenna Kolinsky is not going to play. She is sick this evening, so instead filling in for her will be Leah Brain along with Amy Galasso. So those players will have to step up big time, as that's the full roster. I'm sorry, I was looking at all the players. That's the full roster that Ocean County has. And, of course, I mentioned Kolinsky will not play because she has a little bit of a flu. Ocean County has not won a game this season. They are 0-12, 0-8 in the Region 19 Conference. But they're looking to get off to a strong start this evening, playing here in the Collins Arena. I mentioned Brookdale a moment ago. They are 15-1, 9-0 in the Region 19 Conference. Coach Brunson has certainly done a very nice job in his 3rd season as head coach for the Jersey Blues, and wants his team to get off to a quick start this evening. Our officials this evening, Courtney Kozar, Craig Moranci, and Eric Montgomery will be the 3 officials, I should say, on the floor making the calls. After a wild ending to the men's game that we just saw about a half hour ago between Brookdale and Ocean, the Ocean County Vikings come out victorious by 2. Brookdale played with only 5 players for 40 minutes and somehow were able to come back to have an opportunity to win the game late in the going, not able to get that final bucket to go on the final possession, but still nonetheless pretty impressive play with only 5 players on the floor. So finally we're able to get ready to go for the opening tip here in the Collins Arena. It'll be Dion Griffith squaring off at center court with, I believe, Amy Galasso. Opening tip is controlled by Brookdale, and we are underway, and very quickly Haley DeLonzo puts it in for a quick 2. So not even 5 seconds into the game, Brian, and Brookdale already has a 2-0 lead.
That has to be the quickest basket to start a game that we've seen. DeLonzo, the beneficiary.
So now Ocean has their first opportunity here on offense, and a traveling call is called by Craig Moranci, one of the head officials on the opposite side. It'll be a quick turnover there for the Vikings, and Brookdale will get the ball back.
Well, that's one big issue that this Ocean team has had, turning the ball over. They average over 24 of them a game, and it's just hard to win when you turn the ball over at that volume.
Inside the feed, not able to get into Danielle Griffith. I misspoke a moment ago. It was Danielle Griffith, not Dion Griffith, the 2 twins on the floor, as making the bucket is Kiara Williams. Gets Ocean on the board 2-2, tied up here in the opening minute of the first quarter. But yeah, it was Danielle Griffith on the opening tip, not Dion Griffith. Long shot there in the corner is no good. DeLonzo tracks down the rebound as here comes Brookdale up the floor with Rouse. Here's Danielle Griffith inside, front rim no good on the jumper. Rebound is secured by Leah Brain. Brain may have gotten away with extending the arm there, and now she's double teamed. She holds onto the ball, and a jump ball is called. The possession arrow is pointing Ocean County's way.
It almost looked like she was trying to call a timeout there, but the officials would not grant one.
Galasso now over to Williams. Straight on jumper from the foul line, rims out no good, and Catanzaro tracks down her first rebound of the night. Tied here at 2, minute and a half into the first quarter. Catanzaro now will take the jumper, and she hits it.
Yeah, and we heard Rich Brunson before the game in our meeting with him. He heaped some praise on Ada Catanzaro, believes she could really take the next step as a player, become one of the forces on this team was the word he used.
Ball is tipped. No, it's actually saved in bounds by Dion Griffith. Up ahead to Rachel Rouse, and she will lay it in for 2.
That was just a nice fast break that time. Delonzo, the little touch pass, and Rouse saw no one in front of her in the easy bucket.
Nice job by Rouse laying it in. It's a 6-2 lead, and now a turnover here for Ocean County as traveling the ball inside is Simi Clapman. Mackenzie O'Brien, one of the starting five for Ocean County, will check out of the game. In for her will be Stephanie Gacho. I mentioned Brookdale comes off of that win against County College of Morris as Catanzaro inside. Thought she may have walked with it, and instead they're going to get a foul on Ocean County. They'll be on the floor. They will charge the foul to Clapman. That'll be her first. I mentioned, though, Brookdale coming off of that win against County College of Morris. In that game, Haley Delonzo had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 steals, Brian. She was incredible in that game as here comes Ocean County up the floor with Williams, taking it right at Catanzaro, and she can't convert. Keeping it alive here, though, is Brain. Williams, top of the key, 3, good.
Well, so far you have to credit Ocean. I mean, sometimes you look at these teams that come in without a win, and basically it's uncompetitive basketball. But the Vikings have come out, they put a couple of shots on the board, have shown maybe they can hang with Brookdale for at least a while tonight.
Catanzaro was no good from the corner. Delonzo got 2 rebounds, put them up no good, was looking for a foul, didn't get one, and now here come the Vikings up the floor. Nobody back on defense as Galasso couldn't handle the pass. Out of bounds, it'll stay here with the Vikings.
Yeah, no one was back there until Catanzaro rushed to the spot and actually got her hands on the shot, so that was a good job getting back defensively.
Galasso from the foul line, not even close, didn't even hit the rim, and it'll go back to Brookdale. Delonzo had 25 points in that win against County College of Morris. Rachel Rouse had 19. And Camry Brown had 15 points, 9 rebounds. She is a player that is inactive tonight for the Jersey Blues. And we talked about in the opening, Brian, inactives have kind of been an issue for both teams for Brookdale this year, more so on the men's side, as Poplowski, the jumper, not able to rattle in there. Rebound Clapman. But not only is Camry Brown inactive tonight, but we also learned by talking with Coach Brunson pre-game that Veronica Njai will not play the entirety of the rest of the season due to an inactive issue.
Yeah, and I think that's a big loss. I mean, she was a versatile player, a player who could do a lot of different things, score, defend, she could drive, she could shoot it from the outside, so Brookdale's going to be hard-pressed to replace the production that they got from Njai early on.
Delonzo now in the left arc will drive inside, finds Catanzaro. She's fouled along the low block.
But the counter to that is they will have some additions to the roster, like Alexis Espada, a player who we saw last year, familiar with this program, that will try to step up and replace some of that production left by Njai.
They also are hoping to acquire another player by the name of Deja Alexander, who is a player that Coach Brunson has been very high on the last several months, actually going all the way back to October of last year. As Catanzaro at the foul line, able to get the first one to go. There remains a 6-5 advantage for Brookdale. As checking out of the game is Danielle Griffith, and for her twin sister, Dion Griffith. Catanzaro usually shoots 47% from the line. It is not her strong suit, but she makes 1 out of 2. 7-5, Brookdale leads. Galasso, the turnaround shot. Off the back iron, no good. And now here comes Rachel Rouse up the floor for Brookdale. Rouse taking it to the hole, and she lays it in.
Yeah, and Rouse had 2 options there because she had Dion Griffith underneath the basket, but opted to take it herself and able to convert.
Here's Clapman. Now back out to Williams. Williams at the foul line. Chucks one up there and gets it to go off the glass. Wow, what a shot.
Well, Kiara Williams, easily the leading scorer for these Vikings. She averages over 23 shot attempts a game. Not shooting a good percentage, but is the leading scorer for Ocean.
She's also one of the team captains along with Simi Clapman. As the ball will roll out of bounds here, last touched by Brookdale. We'll take a look at this last shot again. Watch Clapman just chuck it up there and get it to go off the glass. I wonder if she called that, Brian. Sometimes you got to call those shots.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but hey, it worked out. Off balance, a tough angle, and got it to go. And I think overall you have to be impressed with the way Ocean has started this game.
Long three from the corner by Amy Galasso doesn't fall, and it'll go back to Brookdale as Brain couldn't track down the rebound. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I think it's been a very nice start for Ocean County. They've gotten off to a strong start. A team that has yet to find the win column this year, as DeLonzo now squares up for a three. This one doesn't go. Griffith, the rebound, had it stripped away by Clapman.
Yeah, good defense by Clapman. Griffith got the rebound, was in position to go up for a second chance shot, but just had it slapped out of her hands.
Rouse feed up ahead to DeLonzo. She's all alone, and she will lay it in for two. Haley DeLonzo with an incredible play after the nice feed from Rouse. Ahead of the defense, laying it in. It's a 4-point lead now for Brookdale as we approach 4 minutes left here in the fourth. Up ahead for Rouse. And once again, this time with the left hand, she lays it in.
And that's what you can't afford if you're a team like Ocean. We talked about them starting well, but it'll slip away from them in a hurry if they continue to turn the ball over and allow Brookdale easy opportunities in transition.
And that's a walk on Leah Brain as she took an extra step. Pretty easy call for the officials to make. Anna Catanzaro will come out of the game. In for her, Jessica Poplowski. Rouse, it's a long two from the left elbow, no good. Griffith, though, the rebound, and the shot clock resets. DeLonzo now on the drive. The floater, this one doesn't fall, and the rebound taken by Stephanie Gacho. Williams almost throws it away. Gacho may have been on the baseline, but DeLonzo takes it away. Now Williams in the backcourt able to make a nice defensive play and take the pass away from Dion Griffith. And this will be last touched by Brookdale. It'll stay here with Ocean County with 23 to shoot.
Some sloppy passing on both ends as these teams try to find a rhythm offensively, but it's been a struggle of late.
Not a whole lot of energy either to start this opening quarter as Williams not ready for the pass. And it's a turnover for Ocean. Rouse, the three. Front rim no good. Poplowski fights for the rebound and she puts it in.
And Poplowski making it look easy, that time using that 6'2" frame to corral the offensive rebound and the easy putback.
And Catanzaro heads to the scores table, most likely to check in at the next buzzer for Brookdale. Brain finds Williams. Williams the fadeaway. It's an air ball.
Wait, Williams likes to make it a little harder than it should be on some of her shot attempts.
DeLonzo another two at the other end, and now Brookdale has quickly gotten out to a 10-point lead, 17-7. Here's Clapman, guarded by Griffith. Now back out to Brain. Brain chucks up a three. It's a little bit short. She got her own rebound, and now Williams will try to set the offense up for the Vikings. Feed inside to Galasso. She's on the floor. She got it to Williams. Williams chucks it up there again. This time it doesn't go. Another offensive rebound. Galasso, finally, a jumper is good.
And Brookdale just has to do a better job of boxing out and getting the defensive rebound. You just can't allow any team that many opportunities at the basket. Eventually, they're going to put one in.
DeLonzo, the jumper, short. Rebound by Galasso. Galasso, another jumper, this time from the other end of the court, and now that is two straight jump shots for Amy Galasso, and it's a 6-point game.
You know, Ocean, you look at some of their offensive numbers this season, it was almost hard to believe some of them, but they've come out in this first quarter against the best team in the region and have probably played their best quarter of the season.
Galasso this time another rebound after the air ball from the corner. Now Rouse takes it away with some numbers up to Poplawski, and she finishes on the low block. 19-11, under 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. Galasso, who's had the hot hand. So the ball is swung back around the Williams. Guarded by Rouse. Brain, a three. No good. Rebound is put back up and in. No, this one rolls out. It was halfway down. That was Galasso. And this time a turnover in the backcourt. Is coming away with it is Stephanie Gaccio. Now DeLonzo takes it away for Brookdale. And Rouse finishes to the other end just as time expires in the first quarter. Well, a hot start for both teams in the first quarter. Brookdale leads by 10, 21-11. We'll take a break here on BTV. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter live from the Collins Arena after this.
Definitions or formulas. It was amazing to take in so much information and not even have to force myself to, memorize all of it. Or I was genuinely curious about what I was learning, and it was awesome.
I want to continue to study ocean life, and that's what I want to do with my life.
I think it's very different when you're actually doing something hands-on, because I just feel like for me, I remember it that much more. So I'll always remember this trip, and it was great, and we had great teachers that knew a lot about their subjects, so it was good.
Really interesting was more of just the cultural aspect of it, seeing how their culture was different than ours, their architecture, their different forms of dialect.
We all can say this, that we learned so much that you didn't even think you would even be able to learn. Studying science and all that stuff, to me, it wasn't very appealing, but the things I've learned and the stuff that we did and the experiences we had, it really made me enjoy school. I never really did, and I just got so many opportunities to be with amazing people, and we all got to do so many fun things, and I would recommend this to anyone and everyone.
Now I can take so much away from this experience, and I'm really grateful for that.
I'm so glad I had this opportunity, and I hope that in the future this program runs again so other people can have opportunities and help them decide what they want to do with their life.
All right, we're back here in the Collins Arena. Tim Calafamo alongside Brian Goudsworth here on BTV for the second game of our doubleheader this afternoon, or this evening, I should say, in the Collins Arena, as the Brookdale Jersey Blues are squaring off against the Ocean County College Vikings. The men's basketball team on the Vikings side was victorious earlier this evening. Ocean trying to go 2 for 2. They're in a hole, down by 10. With the 5th-ranked national team in the country for NJCAA Division III women's basketball in the Jersey Blues. DeLonzo over to Poplawski. She's got nowhere to go, and now she gets it back out to DeLonzo. Dion Griffith, a three is good.
And that's range that Dion Griffith hasn't often shown, the ability to step out behind the three-point line and connect from that range. Nicely done.
Brain along two, back iron no good, and now Danielle Griffith grabs the rebound. Pushes it up to her sister, Dion, in the lane, and the jumper is good for Dion Griffith.
Well, Brookdale's been able to open it up now to their largest lead of the night at 15, and have they done it? They forced turnovers, gotten out in transition, and made it happen. This game was close before they started forcing Viking turnovers.
Ocean desperately needs a basket. They've gone a couple of minutes without getting a jump shot, as Williams now with the ball as the shot clock is winding down. A long three is an air ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and Gaccio probably had a chance to save that, but opted not to, and Brookdale will take over.
Haley DeLonzo now brings up the ball. She was named the Garden State Athletic Conference Player of the Week. That is the second time she has gotten that honor, as Cananzero puts in another two at the other end. Just Haley DeLonzo has been pretty impressive this year. Averages 20 points a game, 46 steals on the season as a total.
Yeah, it's the all-around game that's right on cue. There's a steal.
DeLonzo this time is able to lay it in again for another two.
It's the all-around game that's impressive, because there's plenty of players who can score but are limited in other areas. Not Haley DeLonzo. She rebounds, plays defense, as you mentioned, gets steals. Really a player that fills up the box score.
Williams double teamed momentarily as DeLonzo and Griffith are on her. She tries to dribble her way out of it. Now nowhere to go. Tried to push it off of Dion Griffith's leg, and Dion Griffith tried to help Williams up. Williams was having none of that, as the ball will remain here with Ocean County with 7 to shoot. Haley DeLonzo comes out. In for her is Rachel Rouse. Shot clock down to 2 here for Ocean. I don't know if they know it. Galasso, the shot at the buzzer doesn't go. And now here's Rouse. Feed inside to Griffith in stride. She couldn't get the layup to go. There was some contact, no call. Griffith forces it back up there after getting the steal, and she will go to the line for 2.
Now, good aggressive hands by Danielle Griffith, not allowing Ocean to take over possession that time. She just ripped it away and now try to earn it at the free throw line.
So the foul is on Amy Galasso. That is her second personal and the first on Ocean County in the second quarter. Danielle Griffith not able to get either one to fall from the line. Cananzaro touched it last out of bounds. Williams now over to Brain. Again, Ocean County on a scoreless drought. Ball poked away. It'll stay here with 14 to shoot. Coach Brunson there looking on from the sidelines. Talked about how this is the team's best start under his 3rd season as head coach here. As right on cue, ball hits him right in the stomach. 6 to shoot for Ocean County.
But one other thing that he said is he hoped his team would avoid silly fouls. They've done exactly that. They haven't picked up a foul yet in this game.
Williams with 5 to shoot. Right arc 3. It's an air ball. Now Rouse going coast to coast. She floats it up there off the glass and in. Rachel Rouse, nobody even picked her up on defense for Ocean County, and she just drove to the hoop. 5'6" sophomore from Neptune. Ocean needs an answer. Williams, the left arc 3 is good. It was desperately needed, as Kiara Williams, who averages just under 14 points a game, is going to have to start getting going if Ocean County wants to stay with Brookdale. Rouse back to Dion Griffith. Rouse now squares up for a 3. Rebound by Griffith, and she banks it off the glass again inside.
Yeah, and credit Catanzaro that time. She tipped it over to Griffith to allow that second chance to work out well for Brookdale.
Fast-moving first half as we're approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. As Brian mentioned a moment ago, Brookdale has yet to commit a personal foul. As the ball will go back to Brookdale, Simi Clapman may have something to say about that. She thought she was fouled inside as she was trying to box out, I believe, Rachel Rouse for the rebound. Ocean now in this possession in a 2-3 zone. Rouse goes around to screen. Now back to Griffith. Oop, Cananzaro couldn't handle the pass inside, and it's taken away by Clapman. Williams over to Gacho, now back to Williams. Another 3, this time no good, off the glass. We had seen a 3 earlier in the game where she was able to bank it off the glass, this time no good. Rouse, right arc 3, not even close. Rebound, though, is put back up and in by Danielle Griffith.
Yeah, the Griffiths have done a great job crashing the offensive glass and gotten themselves a number of second chance opportunities. That's where Brookdale has thrived in this game so far, is getting those second chance points.
Galasso, a nice head fake and the nice jumper from the right elbow. It's a 20-point lead for Brookdale. Ball's taken away by Brain inside for the Vikings. Kind of a messed up possession there for Brookdale, and dribbling it off her foot was Brain there. So Ocean County just making some uncharacteristic mistakes. We will have a timeout on the floor. believe Brookdale will take a timeout. It'll give us a chance to talk about the upcoming schedule for the Jersey Blues. We just talked about it at the beginning of the game in the men's matchup earlier this evening. Brookdale, the women that is, will play Mercer County College at home on Thursday night. Brian and I will be back for that game. Then they go on the road to play Nassau Community College on the road January 19th. Before it's back home here next Tuesday to play Bergen Community College at home, Sussex on the road on January 24th, and then they get ready to wrap up the month of January with another home game against Atlantic Cape. So not necessarily stiff competition for the Jersey Blues, Brian, in that stretch. And we were talking about it off air. Brookdale is only a few games away from locking up being able to get a first-round bye for the Region 19 tournament. Of course, if you win your Region 19 tournament, you win your conference tournament, you get an automatic bid to the national tournament. That's where a lot of people think this Brookdale team is headed, and from the slate of games that they have coming up, I think that's a pretty reasonable goal.
Yeah, and you just look at the way they played throughout this season. They've been able to build up the record to 15-1 in the top 5 in the national polls. So they've just had everything clicking, and the only thing that can stand in their way is not having players available to them. So they just have to hope they find the right group, that it meshes well, and they can continue playing at the level they did in the first half of the season.
Alonzo off the glass too strong, and the rebound is tracked down by Galasso. Brain now over to Gacho, a long 2. Rebound Rouse. Feed inside to Delonzo. Now nice look inside to Cananzaro, but she can't finish.
It was a great pass by Delonzo, just everything but the bucket that time for Brookdale.
Williams is fouled along the perimeter. I believe it'll be a 2. And believe it or not, Brian, that is the first personal foul that Brookdale has committed in almost 16 minutes of basketball.
And Williams has a rather unusual shooting release. She kind of hoists it up there, and I think it makes it easier to foul her when she's in the act of shooting, as she misses the first one.
Kiara Williams. The foul, by the way, was on Danielle Griffith. That's her first. The freshman from Manchester, New Jersey, as you see on the screen. Averages 7 rebounds a game. She gets 1 of the 2 to go from the line. And Williams, something interesting about her, Ocean County coming into this matchup had scored a total of 354 points all season. Williams has 135, or 38% of those points.
Well, it's impressive work by her, but it shows that there's just not a lot of support around Williams for this Viking team.
Rouse a little too strong in the paint. And now here comes Williams up the floor for the Vikings, down by 19. Williams taking it right to Dion Griffith. Brain inside had her shot blocked away by Anna Catanzaro.
And one of the things Catanzaro does very well is defend and get her hands on shots. Shot blocking, just does a good job on the defensive end. Speaking of defensive end, how about that?
Danielle Griffith with an incredible block, and Delonzo will finish at the other end with the left hand.
That was something from Danielle Griffith.
The 2 Griffith sisters have certainly played very well. They're having a lot of interest from other teams. Remember, they're sophomores, so they're looking to move on and play basketball. They have some interest from some 4-year schools that Coach Brunson was telling us about, both of them. So it's good that they've always been together. They're twins, and, of course, they're playing on the floor, and they're both getting some very interesting looks from a lot of 4-year universities that are looking for them to come back on, possibly as a junior, as Williams is fouled in the backcourt here. But yes, both Griffith sisters have played very well this season. They've developed, I would say, very nicely as the season has gone along.
Yeah, there's always a sense of chemistry between siblings when they're on the court together, and I think we definitely see that with both the Griffiths when they're on the floor.
Galasso trying to throw it over to Clapman, and Clapman wasn't ready for the pass. This is a team in Ocean County that averages 24 turnovers as Coach Brunson takes another quick timeout here. I'm not quite sure why, with 2:27 to go here in the first half, I should say, second quarter, first half. Talked about the upcoming schedule for the Brookdale Jersey Blues for Ocean County. They have a big game coming up on Thursday night. They go out to Pennsylvania to play Northampton at Northampton. That'll be a tough place to play. We talked about the struggles that Ocean County has had this season not winning a game. Northampton is kind of in the same boat where, if you remember when Brookdale came in and played them, they have had a struggling season, so that could be possibly an interesting matchup. And then the next 3 games that Ocean County has against Camden, Raritan Valley, and Passaic are all at home, so an opportunity to maybe get something going if they can't get a win out tonight for the rest of their season.
Yeah, they look to crack the win column for the first time, but especially early on, I thought they played pretty well. They showed some aggressiveness. They showed an ability to make some jumpers. Kiara Williams has been able to contribute offensively. We've seen Amy Galasso have an impact, making a few different shots. So this hasn't been a complete demolishing like we've seen some games from Brookdale. I mean, Jersey Blues comfortably in front, but I think the Vikings deserve credit for the way they played here in the first half.
Ocean certainly is a much improved team over last year. They have a long way to go, but they certainly are doing very well with first-year head coach Avery Walters. More on her in just a moment as Dion Griffith from the corner. The 3 is no good. Now here comes Leah Brain. Doesn't quite have the numbers, and wisely will try to back out and set up the offense. Williams, the top of the key 3. Got her own rebound, now back again in the paint, puts it up, no good, it rolled out. Galasso fighting for it underneath with Dion Griffith. It's a jump ball. And it'll stay here with Ocean with 29 to shoot. Clapman will inbound. Ooh, Galasso falling down, got it over to her teammate Williams.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a travel.
Williams has it blocked away by Cananzaro inside. And now up the floor. Delonzo. Again, this time not able to get the close shot to go, and Galasso the rebound. And a foul here to add insult to injury on Haley Delonzo. Let's watch this again. Watch the rejection there by Anna Cananzaro, which led to an opportunity for Brookdale at the other end. They could not convert. With a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. As another turnover there for Ocean County. Rouse. Again over to Delonzo. Delonzo has made probably 5 or 6 shots right on that left low block, Brian, and just Ocean County has just not had an answer on defense.
Yeah, I mean, she certainly can shoot it from 3-point range, but in this game, it's more been taking it to the basket, and that's where she's done the majority of her damage.
Rouse, a football-style throw up ahead to Delonzo, inside to Danielle Griffith, and she's able to lay it in. And now Brookdale is firing on all cylinders, I should say, with under a minute left to go here in the second quarter. 42-17. Galasso over to Brain. Nowhere to go, another tie-up, and this point's Brookdale's way.
Where the officials let that one go for quite a few seconds that time before blowing the whistle.
So about 3 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Brookdale is looking at the shot clock, which is down to 18. They can't hold for the final shot, not that they really need to. They have such a big lead. Rouse, this time will tee up a 3. It's short. Catanzaro touched it last, back to Ocean County. With exactly 11 seconds left here in this second quarter. Ocean County has to kind of hurry up here. Got 5 seconds. Williams taking her time. Down the 3. Hoists up a 3. It's an air ball, and that will end the second quarter. Not a very good way for the Vikings to close out the first half of play as Brookdale now leads 42-17 as we get ready to go to the halftime break. And, Brian, we were talking about how, of course, for the Jersey Blues, they really got off to a very good start, and they played extremely well. For Ocean County, they're looking for some answers. They're trying to pull something positive out of this season, but they just have struggled mightily with turnovers. They average 24 a game.
Yeah, and that's kind of been their undoing. They came out with some energy. They were playing Brookdale pretty tight early on, but then, as you mentioned, the turnovers came, and that's really where the problem started for them, because then Brookdale got out in transition. Players like Haley DeLonzo made it count a number of times from in close, and that's when the Jersey Blues really opened up this lead now up to 25 points.
Yeah, they certainly have played very well. We talked about how Brookdale is going this game without Veronica Njai, one of their best players who's going to be inactive for the rest of the season, but they are hopeful that they can bring a couple more recruits. Alexis Espada was in shoot-around earlier this afternoon and, of course, was with the team during pregame warm-ups tonight. So she's a player that could potentially step in along with a couple of other players that Rich Brunson is looking at. So at the end of one half of play, Brookdale leads 42-17. We'll take a break at halftime and come back for the second half on BTV after this.
Definitely a memorable experience for sure.
For more information, visit our website or call.
They come to Brookdale with a passion for healthcare, cybersecurity, fashion merchandising. They graduate and transfer to universities like Georgetown, NJIT, and the Fashion Institute of Technology. They begin their careers as registered nurses, security engineers, and fashion designers. This is what success looks like, and here is where it all starts. This is Brookdale, college redefined, success reimagined. Take your next step at brookdalecc.edu.
Every journey we take in this life starts with a single step. My journey at Brookdale started with that step.
We are all starting a new adventure. Thank you for helping me get my start at Brookdale.
Teaching is all about encouraging a passion.
We are from many countries. We have many things in common to live our American dream.
I believe that education is empowering.
Brookdale is number one. We will always be number one.
Brookdale is the best community college, the finest community college in the entire state of New Jersey.
are here for one purpose only: student learning.
Hi guys, I'm Deion Griffith. I'm from Howell, New Jersey, and I'm a forward on the team. I chose Brookdale because it has a great basketball program. Also, the school is amazing. It has great facilities. My major is biology, and just all the classes help to transfer over, and it's just a great school.
Hi, my name is Jessica Popolowski. I'm from Toms River, New Jersey. I went to Donovan Catholic High School. I am the center of Brookdale women's basketball. I came to Brookdale this year before the basketball program, and also because I am a criminal justice major and a science major. Our goal for this year is to win a ring.
I'm Rachel Rouse. I'm from Neptune, New Jersey. I went to Academy Charter High School. I'm a guard at Brookdale, and I came to Brookdale because it was convenient.
Hi, my name is Lex Holloway. I'm from Bayville, New Jersey. I went to Central Regional High School. I'm a guard on the Brookdale Blues. The reason I chose Brookdale was to further my career in science and see how far it can take me in basketball.
Hi, I'm Anna Canzaro. I'm from Howell, New Jersey. I went to Howell High School. I'm a forward here at Brookdale. I chose Brookdale for a number of reasons. One being it's very convenient for me because I live pretty close. It's a pretty good price, and they have a really great basketball program.
Hi, my name is Veronica Njai. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I play shooting guard position here at Brookdale. I'm also a criminal justice major here at Brookdale. The reason why I chose to come to Brookdale is because of head coach Rich Brunson.
Hi, my name is Camry Brown from Long Branch, went to Long Branch High School. My position on the women's basketball team is point guard. The reason why I chose Brookdale is because it's local. My friends go here. I was recommended to come here, and it has a great basketball program. I'm majoring in biology, and this season I'm trying to go all the way, trying to go to nationals, get that ring, trying to get a scholarship to go out of state to a different school.
Hi, my name is Jessica Popolowski. I'm from Toms River, New Jersey. I went to Donovan Catholic High School. I am the center of Brookdale women's basketball. I came to Brookdale this year before the basketball program, and also because I am a criminal justice major and a science major. Our goal for this year is to win a ring.
Hi, I'm Anna Canzaro. I'm from Howell, New Jersey. I went to Howell High School. I'm a forward here at Brookdale. I chose Brookdale for a number of reasons. One being it's very convenient for me because I live pretty close. It's a pretty good price, and they have a really great basketball program.
I'm Rachel Rouse. I'm from Neptune, New Jersey. I went to Academy Charter High School. I'm a guard at Brookdale, and I came to Brookdale because it was convenient.
Hi guys, I'm Deion Griffith. I'm from Howell, New Jersey, and I'm a forward on the team. I chose Brookdale because it has a great basketball program. Also, the school is amazing. It has great facilities. My major is biology, and just all the classes help to transfer over, and it's just a great school.
My name is Teray Gatlin, and I'm from Paterson, New Jersey, and I play forward on the Brookdale men's basketball team. I chose Brookdale as a school to attend to because I love the facility and I love the school, and it also carries my major, which is criminal justice.
Come be a part of the Brookdale community, where students from all countries and backgrounds are accepted.
Jesteście tutaj mile widziani.
You are welcome here.
Você é enviado aqui e obrigado por fazer parte de nossa comunidade.
You are welcome here.
Você é bem-vindo aqui. Obrigada por fazer parte da Brookdale.
You are welcome here.
Jy is welkom hier en dankie dat jy deel is van Brookdale.
You are welcome here. از صمیم قلب همگی خوش آمدید.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale è davvero accogliente.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale 是个很好的地方，这里的老师还有 tutor 都非常友善。tutor 在帮助我学习很多的方面。
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
我哋好歡迎你過嚟我哋嘅學校讀書。
You are welcome here.
Bienvenido a Brookdale. Ven a Brookdale.
Brookdale 오신 걸 환영합니다.
You are welcome here.
You are very welcome here.
Bienvenue à Brookdale. Nous vous accueillons avec plaisir dans notre communauté.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Namaste. Brookdale में आपका स्वागत है.
You are welcome here. Come, be a part of Brookdale.
They come to Brookdale with a passion for healthcare, cybersecurity, fashion merchandising. They graduate and transfer to universities like Georgetown, NJIT, and the Fashion Institute of Technology. They begin their careers as registered nurses, security engineers, and fashion designers. This is what success looks like, and here is where it all starts. This is Brookdale, college redefined, success reimagined. Take your next step at brookdalecc.edu.
Hi, and welcome to the Fall Term Event Celebration. I'm Lauren Concar for Brookdale TV. We're here at the Bankier Library where students are gathered for games, prizes, free smoothies, food, and more. Let's take a look and see what's going on.
Celebration is so important to the students here at Brookdale because for many of them it's their first experience in an academic library.
It's awesome because we are not only about studying, we can come here and relax a little, like chill a little. It's awesome to just share with friends and classmates.
I was looking through the events that Brookdale provided for us. It's pretty cool so far. I chose Brookdale because it gave me a lot of opportunities to see what I really want to do in life.
What we have going on in the library here is students can come here to work on a computer, get their email done, write a paper, get some quiet study time. If they need assistance from people, we have librarians here for their research help. We have the tutors for help with various coursework. We have our library staff that can point you into the right direction for our resources. Anything under the sun that's going to help you study, it's going to be here in the library.
It was very fun. A lot of great things. Food was good. Games were fun. Met some new people.
The library is really good because they have tutors here always to help you and various amount of resources for you to study for your class.
Thank you. I feel awesome. I won something. I feel fantastic that I won all this glorious stuff from Brookdale.
So that's it for today. I hope that you've learned how the Bankier Library is here to help you succeed.
The Brookdale Foundation 38th Annual Education Open Golf Outing was held today at Eagle Oaks Golf and Country Club in Farmingdale. We had a spectacular day, a sellout crowd. We had our scholarship students here to thank our donors, to conduct a putting contest on the first tee. We had team prizes, we had individual prizes, we had a live auction, a silent auction, and we raised a lot of money for scholarships for our Brookdale students.
I'm here to support Brookdale Community College and all that it stands for in helping the scholarship opportunities for young children who don't normally have.
And we're back here in the Robert J. Collins Arena, getting ready to start half number 2. Tim Kettlefemo alongside Brian Gautzer for the second game of our doubleheader this afternoon in the Collins Arena between the Brookdale Jersey Blues and, of course, the Ocean County College Vikings. Brookdale leads 42-17 in this women's game. And, of course, Brian, we talked about how dominant Brookdale had been in the first half. Ocean County looking for some answers. They're looking to finish out the game strong. Brookdale is doing this without Veronica Enjai, who is gone for the rest of the year. Alexis Holloway also will not return, but two players potentially that could be joining their roster, Alexis Espada and Deja Alexander, a player that Coach Brunson has been very high on, as Delonzo is called with a kickball there. It'll stay here with Ocean County. Deja Alexander, a player that Coach Brunson's been very high on. Both of them potentially could be coming on to this team to try to fill in that loss of both Veronica Enjai and Alexis Holloway.
Yeah, and I think Brookdale will need them to be productive because as is playing with only 6 players like they are tonight, that's just not enough. And one of the things that made this team successful early on is they had a lot of different options, a lot of different players that could score the basketball. And so having those 2 additions coming in the coming games will be a big boost for Brookdale.
Rouse, left arc 3 on the way. Back iron no good. Delonzo got her own rebound. Had it ripped out of her hands by Clapman. And now here's Leah Brain bringing it up for Ocean County. Stop and pop 3 for Brain. Too strong. Clapman has it rejected. Out of bounds back to Brookdale.
And one thing that we talked about in that first half from a Brookdale standpoint, only committing, 2 fouls at the most the whole half, and that was a focus of Rich Brunson. He wanted his team to avoid the silly fouls, and they certainly did that.
Catanzaro can't hit from the baseline. Out of bounds, last touched by Brookdale. Go back to Ocean County. Talked about how Brookdale is undefeated in Region 19 play. And one thing that's interesting about this team, and I have a feeling they can probably do this tonight from what we have seen on defense. They have held teams to under 70 points for all but 2 games this year. As a nice jumper there knocked down for Ocean County. It's a 3, 42-20 now. But going back to that point, Brookdale only gives up on average 52 points a game, and it's only been twice this year that they've allowed more than 70. So they've certainly done a nice job on defense.
Yeah, I think that's been a big reason for their success. They've done the job offensively, but defensively, I think is where they really separated themselves, holding opponents, as you mentioned, a field goal percentage that's a pretty minuscule number, and all season the commitment on the defensive end, it's been impressive.
So 5 quick points for Ocean County as Griffith couldn't handle that pass. There may have been a foul there on Clapman that was not called, but the officials let that one go as I think Clapman was going for the basketball. Delonzo looks to inbound with 24 to shoot. Delonzo, the corner 3. Off the heel of the iron, no good. And Dion Griffith, though, able to keep the possession alive and the shot clock resets.
And credit Poplaski for tapping it back out.
Catanzaro has her shot blocked away from Clapman. I think actually Clapman got in there before Catanzaro had an opportunity to shoot, knocking it out of bounds. So that's twice now that Simi Clapman has gotten in the middle of things and disrupted Catanzaro downstairs. Catanzaro a 3rd chance opportunity, and finally she's able to connect from the left low block.
And that's just a nice look from out of bounds from Delonzo, seeing Catanzaro had good position and well executed.
Williams tried to lob it in to Galasso. It's taken away. Danielle Griffith lays it in at the other end.
And that was just nice and easy, smooth from Delonzo to Griffith, who takes her time and scores the easy layup.
Clapman double teamed. Dangerous cross-court pass to Williams. Double teamed again. Shot clock winding down here for Ocean County. Williams dumps it over to Clapman. Blocked away by Catanzaro. We'll stay here with 5 to shoot. It's Gacho, Clapman, Galasso, Brain, and Williams on the floor for Ocean County. 5 to shoot. Galasso. Back out to Brain, buzzer beater, doesn't go. Offensive rebound, though, and a walk called on Stephanie Gacho.
Yeah, and I think Gacho would have been wise to just kick that back out and allow Ocean to just reset their offense. Instead, she shuffled the feet for a turnover.
Poplowski, nice feed inside to Catanzaro, and Catanzaro is having herself probably a career night from what she has been able to do downstairs in the low block.
Now, that was a nice pass in the high post area from Poplowski, finding Catanzaro underneath.
Galasso back out to Brain. A long 3 is good. Leah Brain has been looking for that shot all evening long, and she's finally able to knock it down. 48-25 now the deficit. Dion Griffith, it's a 2 if it goes. This one doesn't go. Cananzaro again. This time she can't convert underneath. Cananzaro again. Now back out to Dion Griffith, and the Jersey Blues look to reset. Poplawski can't get the layup inside the paint to go, and here comes Williams up the floor for Ocean County, going coast to coast to the hole. Count the bucket and the foul.
Nice job there by Williams, drawing the foul on Griffith. Tough finish in traffic, gets it to go, and try to make good on a three-point play.
So Kiara Williams, the freshman from Manchester, New Jersey, one of the co-captains on the team. Simi Clapman is the other, completes the three-point play. Poplawski, long 2, a little too strong. Clapman comes away with the rebound. Williams, a little pressure in the backcourt here shown by Dion Griffith, but she's able to handle it. Brain this time another 3. This is short. Cananzaro able to get the rebound, and now she's fouled in the backcourt.
And Brain not shy about shooting. She likes to catch and shoot in a hurry. Doesn't waste any time releasing it. Made one the previous possession, but comes up empty that time. Here's a substitution.
Yep, Rachel Rouse will come in for Danielle Griffith, who checks out after playing very nicely to start the third quarter. As we're approaching the halfway point here in the third, Brookdale leads by 20. Cananzaro, the fadeaway is good, off the rim and in. A turnaround jump shot for Anna Cananzaro, and she's smiling as she walks down the court. She should. That was a nice shot. Thrown at the feet of Dion Griffith. Brain comes away with it. Galasso may have gotten away with an extra step inside. Williams, the long 3. No good. Rouse the rebound. Dion Griffith to DeLonzo.
That was just a nice job as Griffith caught that, but didn't have the angle, was right underneath the basket, so saw DeLonzo cutting toward the basket, knew she had the easier opportunity, and she finishes.
Galasso turned it over and it'll go out of bounds. .423 remaining. Here in the third, we talked to Coach Brunson before the game, Brian, and he told us, and we couldn't figure out if he was joking or not, that he was going to press early on in the game. Well, we haven't really seen pressure, not that Brookdale has needed to press here, but as Rouse another 3 there from the corner to tack on another 3 points to the already enormous Brookdale lead. But we really haven't seen them press, so I can't figure out if Rich Brunson was joking around with us or if he was being serious. He looked at us with a serious face, so I assumed he was being serious, but I don't know. Can't figure it out.
Well, maybe he had a last-second change of heart, change of game plan.
Airball that time by Brain. It's saved out of bounds by Gaccio. Galasso the jumper, another airball. Remind you, our telecast tonight is brought to you by Joyce's Subs and Pizza. For all your catering needs, you can go online at joyceandsubsandpizza.com to place your order, serving the community since 1965. Rouse tried to feed it inside to Poplawski, and it's taken away. Williams from the foul line. Too strong. Gaccio the rebound, and she puts it in for 2. So Stephanie Gaccio gets on the board. And Poplawski couldn't handle the pass from DeLonzo. I know Brookdale's got a 25-point lead, but they haven't looked as crisp, Brian, in this second half so far. They've had a lot of turnovers. As a nice bank shot there goes in by Galasso.
Yeah, you mentioned the turnovers, and I thought after that last basket, as you see Rich Brunson there, I thought maybe he might think about calling a timeout, and now he does.
So right on cue, Brian. I don't know if he read your mind, but Coach Brunson will take a quick timeout. We'll keep it here on Brookdale TV, as it'll be a 30-second timeout just to chat things over with his team. With 2:52 remaining, Talked about Coach Brunson. Of course, this team is undefeated in Region 19 play, in conference play, in Division III ball. That's important. They're 15-1 overall. Their one and only loss was against Union County College. And in that game, even though they lost that matchup to the Owls 73-58, they were in that game for the majority of the time, Brian, and that's a Division II team in Union County. So with the exception of that game, Brookdale has been undefeated this year, and they really haven't had many challenges from any of the teams, not just in Region 19 play, but a team like County College of Morris, which is a Division II team. Brookdale was able to handle them easily, 74-67 just the other night.
Yeah, and what you like about that loss against Union is Brookdale didn't allow that to get them down. They came right back, put up back-to-back wins after that on the road. And another thing to keep in mind is they played the vast majority of their games this season on the road. They're going to play a lot of games here in front of their home fans at the Collins Arena as they go down the stretch this season, and they'll hope to take advantage of that.
Delonzo another 3:58-32 now. Delonzo may have another point. She comes away with the steal and the bucket at the other end. And a kickball here. We'll stay here with Ocean County with 22 to shoot. It's been a tough season. We were just talking about Coach Brunson. On the flip side of that, it's been a tough year for Avery Walters, the first-year head coach for the Ocean County Vikings. She came over here after playing D2 ball at Kutztown University, which is a university four-year school in Pennsylvania. She was assistant coach on the women's basketball team last season with Caitlin Gaffney. Now she's the head coach. As a nice three there by Williams from the right arc. But on the flip side of things, whereas Rich Brunson has had a lot of success with his team in his third season, in her first season, Coach Walters has had a tough go of things, trying to build some team development, trying to build players, trying to recruit, all those things that you talk about. As you see Coach Walters there on the left, you see her assistant coach who is there by her side, Dana Costello. Interesting to note, actually, those two played against each other in high school basketball, actually, back when they were in high school. Now they're on the same team. It's been a rough go of things. That's nearly a backcourt violation. Probably should have been called. It was not called, and Williams inside took it to the hoop. It'll stay here with Ocean County with 21 to shoot. But it's been a rough year for Coach Walters.
Yeah, but you look at their scores in a lot of games, and they've been completely blown out. In this game, obviously, Brookdale's been comfortably in front, but I think this is actually a step forward for this Ocean team, the way they've played.
I agree. Rouse up the floor, the jumper. She may have got hit, and the ball will go out of bounds back to Ocean County. We talked about Ocean's struggles this year. They lost to Bergen Community College, a team that Brookdale will be playing very shortly. Tracy Green and her team took down the Vikings 71-29 just a few days ago, as the ball gets stuck on the side of the rim there after Brain took the jumper.
We see that a fair amount at this level.
Well, that's what happens when you don't get off your feet, Brian. You got to get that rim, as we'll get that taken out.
I want to see one time when the official goes to do that the ball actually drops through the basket.
Craig Moranci threw the ball out of bounds, and it landed up in the garbage can right behind head coach Walters. So everyone has a good laugh.
Got a nice applause from the crowd, too.
It was actually Courtney Coatzart, not Craig Moranci, with the deuce on the other end. So Courtney's got 2 on the night. What is that, 2 in the hole, something like that? 2 in the trash can? Some saying somewhere. I don't know where I've heard that before. Delonzo, the long three. It's an air ball out of bounds. One in the bush, 2 in the cans, something like that. I don't know.
Folks in the control room trying to
help out. They're trying to play around with us. Maybe that's where I'm thinking about. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, Delonzo comes away with it. And she was not able to get the layup to go, and she was out of bounds on the baseline.
These are the kind of things that come up
This
when
is
it's
what
60 to
happens
35.
at a 60-35 game. Exactly, yes. Shot clock is turned off. Maybe a good thing. We're going to a break. Williams inside. She's fouled by Catanzaro, who cannot believe it.
Well, for the most part of this game, Brookdale has avoided the quote-unquote silly foul, but I think that one qualifies in that category.
Yeah,
really the first one of the game.
Yeah, Coach Brunson told us pregame, no silly fouls in this game. And Anna Catanzaro, picks up her first personal. So Kiara Williams, one of the star players on the Vikings, not able to get either one to go from the line, as Brookdale will have an opportunity to take one final shot here if they choose at the end of the third. Clock is down to 3. Danielle Griffith from the foul line, off the rim and in. And that's a way to end a quarter, as we're down to the fourth and final corner, 62-35. Brookdale leads. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
An opportunity of all different backgrounds and shapes and sizes and colors. It's a very, very fulfilling feeling for me, and I'm glad to be here to support it financially and spiritually.
We had a student here with us tonight whose family was severely impacted by Hurricane Sandy 5 years ago, and they're still struggling to get back on their feet.
The scholarship helped relieve a tremendous amount of pressure, mainly on my parents. Every cent that they make currently and every bit of free time that they have goes towards trying to fix our home. So the idea of them having to pay for me, first of all, makes me feel very guilty because they're already working so hard. This semester particularly, we weren't really sure how we were going to pay for it. And there was a lot of debate as to whether I should take the semester off or I should continue. And that's when I emailed the Brookdale Foundation, and they gave me the application, and the money paid for my tuition and for my books, and they gave me extra money for living expenses, and I can't even express how much it's helped and how much pressure it's taken off of my parents, because every cent that I'm able to keep them from spending on me is a cent that goes towards fixing our home.
We're glad to support students who are dedicated to their studies. This student has a 3.9 GPA.
And I would like to thank all of those who donated and contributed to the scholarships. This, in many cases, is a life-changing experience for students to be able to have a financial contribution that's going to help them to complete and become successful. Thank you.
If you're looking to have fun and If you're looking to have fun and meet some people with the same interests as you came to the right place. Here at Brookdale, we have the Involvement Fair, where over 30 different clubs and activities are showing students what they're all about and trying to recruit new members. If you like math, poetry, writing.
And back here in the Collins Arena, get ready to start the fourth and final quarter. Brookdale leads 62-35 over the Ocean County Vikings. Tim Kettlefemo alongside Brian Goudsward. Brookdale has been in command for the majority of this game. They have led from the opening tip after a bucket by Haley DeLonzo within the first 5 seconds of the game.
And have never looked back since.
Correct, but Ocean County has continued to fight. They've played fairly well, as Brian and I have talked about, probably their best game all season, actually, in comparison to some of the performances that they have had as far as points go. Hanging around with Brookdale, of course, the 5th team nationally, ranked number 5 in the NJCAA national poll. The only undefeated team in the top 5, I will add, in NJCAA. I was talking actually with Coach Brunson before the game as Dion Griffith knocks down the jumper. It's a 3 that Coach Brunson feels that they should be ranked higher because they're undefeated. They were 4th, they dropped to 5th, and Coach Brunson got a good chuckle out of that because he felt that his team deserved to be a little bit higher. DeLonzo intercepts the pass and will lay it in for another 2 at the other end. Haley DeLonzo, 20 points a game averaging, 72% from the foul line. She's not really had too many opportunities from the foul line in this game, but she's played pretty well.
Yeah, neither team has committed a whole lot of fouls, but, well, there's one for Catanzaro.
Amy Galasso was on her way to the rim, and she's fouled on the floor. It'll be an inbounds upcoming for Ocean County as Haley DeLonzo comes out for Jessica Poplowski. Round of applause from the faithful here in the Collins Arena. Clapman gets it in the Galasso, and nope, this time she traveled. I thought she may have gotten fouled again, but turns it over there.
That was a very tight window to squeeze that into for Galasso. Just had no room to maneuver, called for steps.
Well, we talked about the amount of turnovers Ocean County averages. The average just over 24 a game. It's been a tough night for the Vikings. Rouse tees up another three. This one doesn't go. Catanzaro, though, tracks down the rebound. Deion Griffith along over to her sister Danielle. Brain, a high arcing two, goes out of bounds. Stay here with Ocean. These two teams had played each other early on in the season. Brookdale actually went down to Ocean County in Toms River and was able to take the win 86-30 back on December the 11th. Alonzo had 20 points in that game. Rachel Rouse 18. Anna Catanzaro had 10 as Danielle Griffith chips in another two there. I tell you, both Griffith sisters in this game, Brian, have been phenomenal.
They really have. I was just going to mention that, just doing a variety of things, shooting the ball from the outside, getting out in transition, finishing underneath the basket, rebounding too. They played well defensively. They really have done a great job tonight.
Clapman has to get it in, gets it into Williams. Tough shot over Poplowski, doesn't go, and Griffith the rebound. Now here's Danielle Griffith trying to get it up ahead to Rachel Rouse. It's taken away by Clapman. Galasso a little out of control. Here's Brain, the two. Griffith may have gotten bumped from behind, but she's able to get the rebound. Coach Brunson's been very quiet in this game. He's on the bench right now. Usually a pretty good sign when the coach on the bench is sitting down. Either means that things are going very good or very bad. As we have a foul here and one for Jessica Poplowski. She'll go to the line for an additional shot. Now Coach Brunson gets up and is chatting with Rachel Rouse.
And as a result of not having many fouls either side, really haven't seen many free throws taken in this game.
Poplowski not able to complete the three-point play. She struggled from the foul line this year, only shooting 37%. As Brain on the baseline stays miraculously here with Ocean County as Brookdale knocked it away.
Well, Brain just had nowhere to go, did well to throw it off a jersey blue, keep possession with her team until it isn't any longer.
Deion Griffith now will chip it in for another two. You know, Deion Griffith and Danielle Griffith both found their way into the starting lineup early on in the season, Brian, and something that you don't really see too often. Again, they are both sophomores, that is true, but they didn't play on last year's team, so essentially they are freshmen to Region 19 play as Danielle Griffith, a little out of control, lost the ball. I think it'll stay here with the Jersey Blues with 26 to shoot. But they found themselves in a starting rotation early on in the season, and they really, for the most part, haven't. Coach Brunson has not strayed away from keeping them in that starting lineup. He likes what they bring to the floor on both offense and defense.
Yeah, and especially now with the roster thinner than it was at one point this season, it's given them an opportunity to cement themselves as two of the five starters in the regular lineup.
Williams, the two. She's fouled at the foul line, and I think they're going to get it on Poplowski. That will be her first personal, and it will send Kiara Williams to the foul line. Williams not able to hit the first attempt from the line. We remind you tonight's broadcast brought to you by Joyce's Subs and Pizza, located at 655 Newman Springs Road in Lincroft, New Jersey. You can go in person or order online at joycesSubsandPizza.com. Well, Williams couldn't get either one to go from the line. Now here's Rouse at the other end, who loses it out of bounds, but it'll stay here. Danielle Griffith not able to get the jumper to go. Now here's Galasso at the other end. Rips out, no good. Our crew is simultaneously playing with ourselves in our ears, talking about what's our favorite restaurant. Maybe we should talk about this. There's another foul inside. You know, talk about Coach Brunson. We were talking about how what a character he can be. We were talking about him, you know, of course, asking him about his season and how things have been going, and I complimented him on his tie, and he told me that, well, the reason why the tie looks so good is because he gets it from, again, his claim, not mine, from Italy. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it's a very nice looking tie, and he claims that, yeah, the reason why it looks so good is because that's where he got it. He got it from Italy. So there you go. Like kind of like a multicolored striped tie. He's got several of them all hanging in his office. Delonzo there lays it in for another two. And it'll go out of bounds. There's Coach Brunson again. Third season. Most successful season that he has had as a head coach. Yeah, funny story. We were talking about the Union County game. I was actually at that game. I was the only person in attendance that was actually, I guess, partisan looking out of that Brookdale, although I really shouldn't say that because we don't play favorites. But I was there watching the team because I happened to be in the area. And as many people know, at the community college level, a lot of teams get transported by bus or van. Well, Brookdale happened to be in the Brookdale van that evening. And as I was leaving, Brunson was driving the van, and he blew his horn at me as I was leaving the parking lot. He didn't know it was me. He thought it was somebody else who was in the wrong lane at the stoplight, and he blew his horn at me. And I looked in the mirror, I think, who's behind me? I saw it was Brunson. So
you should have signaled in some way that it was you from your car.
He felt so. I told him that pregame. He said, "Oh, Tim, I'm so sorry. I was this. I mean, they lost. It was a frustrating loss. They played very well. It was a frustrating loss. I was thinking about the loss. I was so angry. I said, oh well, next time I'll let you know it was me." Rachel Rouse puts it in for two. (78-35). Brookdale obviously is going to keep intact their perfect record in the Region 19 conference. There's a long shot there as another air ball. Poplowski football style pass up to Rachel Rouse. And Rouse continues to pad her efforts this evening. That's another two. Williams. And this time on the other end, Stephanie Gaccio able to chip in a quick two, getting the rebound. 80-37. Danielle Griffith inside for two. You know, we talk about Brookdale being a team that can score a lot of points. They're up to 82 already. They're a team that has no issue getting into the high 80s as far as how many points they can put up in a game. They've put 95 up against when they were playing Passaic Community College. So they have continued to show just how strong they have performed this year. Williams with another fadeaway as the shot clock was winding down. And I tell you what, Kiara Williams, even though things have not gone Ocean County's way, has continued to fight. She's arguably their best player, Brian. And she just continues to, each time down the court, look for opportunities and has been able to make a couple of nice shots.
Yeah, she definitely likes to shoot the basketball. I mean, you look at the numbers, averaging the number of shots that she takes, 24 a game. Not shooting a very good percentage for the season, but she's had a strong game today in what obviously is a losing effort.
Williams again, the three. Front rim no good, and Danielle Griffith grabs the rebound. Dion Griffith, another two at the other end. It's just been really kind of the same play every time we come down the floor. Brookdale in transition, able to get layups, and that's just, I think, a product of maybe not so much fatigue, but just the fact that Ocean County has just struggled defensively in their transition defense as Stephanie Gaccio, a nice basket off the glass and in.
Yeah, we don't have the numbers in front of us, but I would bet that this is a season high in points for both the Griffiths. I mean, they've just been unbelievable in this game. One of them's wide open in the corner. Not going to get the ball, though.
Danielle Griffith wants to keep it herself, and she's able to get the jumper in the paint to go. Sorry, sis, I'm not going to give it out to you on the wing. I'm going to keep it myself, and Brookdale now goes up by 90-41. So Brookdale obviously will improve to 16-1, 10-0 in the Region 19 Conference. Ocean will not get that elusive first win this season, as they will drop to 0-13, 0-9 in conference play. And it's back to the drawing board for much of the Vikings. Poplowski got her own rebound and will lay it in. And as I mentioned, the next time Brookdale will be in action, they will play Mercer County College on Thursday. It'll be a 5 p.m. game, kind of a switch up of what we normally have here in the Collins Arena. Normally the women's basketball game is at 5 o'clock and the men at 7. A little bit different change up tonight in the lineup as the men were first at 5 p.m. and the women's game at 7, but that'll revert back to its normal programming time, I guess you could call it, on Thursday when the women will play Mercer County College at 5, and then the men will play Harrisburg Area Community College at 7. About a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Brookdale, I don't believe, will shoot here, as it will be a absolutely dominating performance tonight, as the shot clock will wind down with about 1.4 left, as this game will come to a close with Brookdale getting the win tonight and winning their third game in a row, their 16th this year. They improved to 16-1. A very, very impressive performance for the Jersey Blues, Brian. They played incredibly well. They had an incredible game. They got off to a very hot start, and for a while this was a close game. Ocean County was keeping it interesting, but then Brookdale really turned on the Jets and certainly outperformed Ocean County, a team that has had a lot of struggles this year. They're back to the drawing board with head coach Walters, but Coach Brunson's got to feel very good about this win, because now looking forward into the month of January, they have, I wouldn't say a strong schedule, not a weak schedule, kind of a moderate schedule with the teams that they have to play. A couple Division II teams squared in there, but they're rolling. They're looking towards that Region 19 conference tournament to possibly give them a berth to the national tournament.
Yeah, and they've played extremely well all season. As you mentioned, this game was no exception, obviously. You mentioned them turning up the Jets, and they did that once they got a lot of turnovers and got out in transition, made easy baskets, turned this game into a blowout. But now you look ahead, you mentioned the schedule's interesting because they have a lot of home games coming up, and they've already played a lot of the tough games in the region already. already and have really passed all the tests with the one exception being Union. So going forward here for this team, you have to look very positive because of all the games they're going to be playing at home. They're not going to be playing some of the stiffer teams, as you mentioned. So there's a chance to finish off the schedule being the #1 team and taking that all the way into the national tournament.
And how does it affect that Veronica Njai is not going to be in the starting lineup for the rest of the year? She's not going to be on the roster. Now, how is Brookdale kind of reset and go back to the drawing board, obviously, with the players that they have coming in?
Yeah, well, a player like Alexis Espada that we talked about will be part of the team. She was here last year, so she's familiar with the program, familiar with what the team likes to do offensively and defensively. You don't replace a player like Veronica Njai, who is one of their best players with only one player. So you hope that not only the new players coming, but also Haley DeLonzo and the other players that have already been on the roster, they take the next step and can fill the void left by Njai.
Well, Brookdale gets the win 92-41. Of course, Brookdale and the Jersey Blues will be playing in a doubleheader. Mercer County College, the women's game on Thursday, then Harrisburg Area Community College for the men at 7 on Thursday. It'll be a doubleheader, so we'll have that game live for you on BTV beginning at 5 p.m. Let's head down to our sideline reporter, Simi Kaur, who's standing by with head coach Rich Brunson.
Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for joining me, Coach. First game back home after the long break. How did you motivate your girls? I know after the holidays you feel a little sluggish. How'd you do it?
It's really tough off the long break. You know, girls have classes, 18 days off. I mean, it's all mental. I mean, we try to get in the gym, do a couple of laps, but it's hard. First game back, these girls are a little sluggish.
Absolutely. And this game was very well played and very good. Any strategy coming into it? I know you've beat this team before, so.
Yeah, well, the best strategy, we only have 6 players, is just not to foul too much and to try to maintain the pace. And we want to go to the zone rather than man-to-man the whole game. But we're short right now. We got 2 girls coming on board, so we got to wait and hope things work out for us.
Absolutely. And going off of 6 players, how did you try to even that out so they don't get exhausted?
Well, our strength is our outside shooting, so we got to make sure we continue doing that. But at the same time, we also want our big girls to carry the load as well. So we try to share the ball and then everybody's happy.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Back to you guys.
Theater, odds are you find the group that's right for you. Let's go check it out.
My name is Justice Lawless, and I'm here looking at all the clubs. So far, I saw the Outdoor Sports Club, the Student Life Board, and the Education Club.
And my name is Isaiah Brinson, and I am the treasurer for the Architecture Society. Our goal is to try to bring in the incoming students who are interested in architecture, get them accustomed, pair them up with a second year so they understand, and so they know, like sort of like a guide.